Welcome to A Road to William. Welcome to A Road to William. We got music, we got laughter. If you need us to promote you, all you gotta do is holler. If you need us to succeed, we can give you what you need. What up, y'all? So this video is about, are queer people sensitive? Are they too sensitive? Is this generation too sensitive? I think we just have to retrain our mindsets in a sense of when someone's expressing how they feel about certain topics, situations, to just let them express it. No one's trying to make everyone think the exact same. The thing is, people just want to be respected. At the end of the day, it's about people respecting each other. That's what it boils down to. Because when you call people too sensitive, then it's like, okay, are we not allowing people to feel, you know what I'm saying, their emotions? And it's almost like, people who don't agree with, queer people, trans people, then it's more like because they don't agree with who they are, then it's like, oh, they're too sensitive. But you're disrespecting that person. So it's like, well, what are we doing? But it's just like the whole Macy Gray thing, you know what I'm saying? The whole Dave Chappelle thing. It's just like, you guys are celebrities, and to be honest, like, as much as people don't like to admit it or put that much power into celebrities' hands, they are human. The difference is they're on this platform where millions and millions of people can see them and hear them and respect their opinions. So when you're on a bigger platform and you say something that's maybe hurtful to majority of the people or half the people, it affects people. When, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really does. So not that they have to watch what they say, but they really do have to think about, what they put out there. Because we're in a new time. We're in a new time right now. Like, and who wants to go back to where people were in the closet or no one really knew, no one talked about it, everybody kept it moving? Like, that's not helping anybody. Like, the world is changing into a more positive mindset, but people are looking at it more of a too sensitive. People are too sensitive. But it's like, what's too sensitive? We have to define what you guys mean by that. And then it's like, well, what's being real? Because growing up for me, I had people tell me, like, you got to be honest with people. You got to be real with them. Like, if you want to date women, that's your truth. But you got to, you know what I'm saying? People don't like when you hide stuff. But it's like, it's hard. You know what I'm saying? The reason I hid my sexuality was because I grew up in, family who was heavily in the church. You know what I'm saying? My grandfather being a bishop, and my mom, she was the choir director. Aunts is in the church. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, when you're when you're in it, of course you're not gonna be the first thing. Hey, y'all, like, back then, no, that was like unheard of. That was taboo. Like, and so now, you know what I'm saying? It's like people are more accepting of, okay, like, oh, you're gay, cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? People are more accepting of that. But if you're like, you're trans, it's like a whole nother thing. Like, what? It's like a box they just didn't open yet. Like, what's in that? What is that? You hear all the time trans people being, murdered and being harmed, and it's just like, when is it gonna stop? No one's like taking anyone serious. Anytime you mention the LGBTQ community, it's just like a problem. You see what I'm saying? You know, the whole gang is too sensitive. And it's like, that doesn't help anybody. Like, what are you trying to say? What are you trying to ask? Like, I definitely think conversations should be had, just like Slim Thug and Big Frida had about.
I've never been able to kick it with nobody like you, so I need to know the proper, pronouns and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm your Bristol, so
Yeah.
I'm gender fluid. I don't have a pronoun.
Okay.
All of that's new age for me too.
Okay.
With the pronoun stuff. So, like with my homies in New Orleans, who I kick it with, who I grew up with, the Hood Boys, I'm their bro.
Oh, okay.
To my girls, I'm
Yeah.
their sister.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying?
All right.
To my kids, straight and gay,
Yeah.
I'm their mom.
Yeah.
My sister, my blood sister, I'm her brother.
Okay.
You know, and when she want to call me her sister, I'm her sister.
The Bristol.
Yeah, so
Right.
it really don't matter to me because I know who I am.
Really on the cool is just lack of knowledge. We don't
Right.
know where to offend people or not.
But it's all about conversations. I think the more conversations we have, people will have an understanding. And like I said before, everyone doesn't have to be on the exact same page. Like, okay, I'm trans and you have to be okay with that. And you have to hang out with me. And you have to, it's like, no, we don't have to be best friends, but we do have to come to like a respectable, you know what I'm saying? You know, we could compare the whole black and white thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, black people still struggle to this day. But we came a long way, right? You know what I'm saying? But it's the same with queer people, which why I didn't understand when on that stand-up, he was like talking about queer people and he was versing it to black people, which didn't make sense to me because it's like you're making it seem like black people are not part of the queer community at all. You know what I'm saying? He's like, the LGBTQ community they're almost making more progress than, you know, black people with their movements. And it's like, why are we comparing? Because, like, why are we comparing that? Like, the progress, like, you know what I'm saying? Why don't you work together to see what, you know what I'm saying? Why can't everyone just work together? People are stronger in numbers. But I think, like I said, conversation. Get a better understanding. You don't even have to sit down with somebody if you don't want to. But, you know, whether you're queer, whether you're not, you know what I'm saying? I think everybody queer, you know, you choose to be straight, to be honest. But I'm just like, educate yourself. You know what I'm saying? Learn, like, every day. Y'all want to know what I be doing when I'm not at work? I'm saying you have to constantly, like, dive yourself into something that you're not comfortable with. Like, documentaries, like, even little short clip videos. Like, make it a duty of your own to understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't get it, if you don't why don't you feel comfortable? That has nothing to do with the person if you're uncomfortable with them being who they are. Because you want people to be real, but then it's too sensitive if they feel hurt by something someone said. I think when a celebrity does say something, say you like really like their work or whatever, I think it is kind of a little hurtful because it's like, dang, I really vibe with it. You know, it's kind of just like they could have been like your inspiration to do something, and now they're going against something you love, and you're like, wow, what? Trans people are dope as hell and should be respected just like anybody else. I think anyone living out their truth is a true legend, a true superhero, because not everybody can do that. It took me going to college away from people for me to be who I am. It took me leaving my own state to find, you know what I'm saying? Like, not that you have to do these things, but sometimes if you separate yourself from an environment, from people, you can grow. You know what I'm saying? I've cut people out of my life, family, friends, whoever, because they hurt me. Or it's not like, you know, they hurt me once. It's like a continuous, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to remember who you are at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, if somebody in your life, it does not matter who it is, if they're constantly hurting you and you're telling them, hey, you know what I'm saying? Or they're not even seeing they're hurting you, or feel like what they're saying or doing is being hurtful, you gotta let them go. And I'm sorry to tell y'all, but you do. It'll be people you least expect. You'll be like, I gotta go. Because you're never gonna be fully happy. Every relationship is important. Friends, you know what I'm saying? With your boo, with your friends, with your family. Like, even coworkers is important. Like, if people are disrespecting you and they don't care, you gotta cut them out. Because I promise you, your life is gonna be better. But you're not gonna know it until you gotta push people away. So when it comes to the human body versus your spirit, who you are as a person is that spirit, you know what I'm saying, that lives within you. Because when your time is up and it's like, all right, it's time to check out, we out of here, the only thing you're gonna have with you is your spirit, and that's who you truly are. If you're not being honest with who you truly are, you're gonna be, you know, eternally suffering. It took me to really understand what I want and who I am. You know, at first I didn't really care about pronouns and this, that, and the third. But then later on, I'm like, no, I don't like the way she sounds, this, that, and the third. And you know what I mean? And you just have to listen to yourself and study yourself, because only you know who you truly are. This life is yours. There's something you want to change about yourself, physically, you know, or spiritually, mentally, do it. But talk to yourself about it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you guys ever just go stand in the mirror, just you. You know what I'm saying? If you got kids, shut the door. I'm saying. They're going to open it, but hey, you can't help that. But they're like, oh, they're going to give us some tips. No, I don't have kids. I don't know really what to say to you, other than, you know, make it quick, okay? But if you got pets, I mean, you can't really shut them out too long either, because they'll holler. But what I want y'all to do is go into the mirror and really look at yourself, really analyze yourself, really be honest, and strip away all the opinions that people have of you, that you heard of, that they told you. And really just figure out who you are as a person. Remember to love yourself first, because you can't love anybody else if you don't. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna know what love is if you don't love yourself? Are trans people, are queer people too sensitive? No. Everybody has an emotion. Just because you don't agree with it doesn't mean it's sensitive. If somebody feels they've been hurt, they have a right to say something. And it's not helpful when people just check it off as too sensitive, because that just means you don't want to hear their side. That's not fair to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just be honest with people. Sometimes, you know, trans people can't be honest. Maybe it's safer not to be like, hey, I'm trans. Not everybody wants to say that. I don't even really want to say it either, because it's just like, to be honest, why do I want to say that every time? You know what I mean? Like, why? What's the point? That's like if someone's mixed, like, hey y'all, I'm mixed. Who cares? Hey y'all, I'm trans. Great. Because if you're a dick, you're still a dick. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how you identify yourself. Like, we're focused on the wrong things. We're focused, you know what I'm saying? Focus on the human being. Everybody's a human being at the end of the day. We could be so much further in life as people if we just accept each other and move forward. We're fighting a whole different battle. We're too caught up fighting each other. When we could be literally saving the world, you know what I'm saying? Making the world better for the next generation. It's not just about us. It's about what we're leaving behind. It's about each day, are you paving the way for somebody, you know, coming up after you? Or are you just thinking of yourself? So just reflect. It's Friday. It's the weekend. I don't know if that would mean for some of y'all. I don't know if y'all work on the weekend. I don't know. Whatever you do this weekend, make sure you take time to reflect on who you are. Forget everybody's opinions. Forget all of that.